J.D. Vance on the Charlie Kirk Show today. Let's go to the first cut of the Vice President talking about what's ahead, and that is cut number, I can't find it.
For all of the negativity and the hate and the people celebrating Charlie's assassination, for every one negative moment, I've had 1,000 positive moments in the past month. I've had people who've come up to me who said, I went back to church because Charlie got shot. I've had people come up and say that they listened to his clips for the first time, didn't even know who he was, especially like older people who didn't know who he was before he was killed, but now they're consuming his video content and learning from it, getting back to their faith. I just remember there's a lot of love out there, and we should remember that for all of the hate out there, there's 10 times as much love. I think that's has to be our charge as we move forward and carry on Charlie's legacy.
Now, the Vice President being very generous with his time, and I thought it was important that he brought up the religious awakening that a lot of people are undergoing, and it's mostly young people, and it's not limited to people who are in Turning Point. It's been going on for a couple of years now. I go back to the Francis Asbury College revival of a couple of years ago at the Ohio State University. It's been ongoing for a couple of years. Selena Zito, who we'll talk with a little bit later, talked about it in Pittsburgh. Ann Wilson was on Fox and Friends with Ainsley Earhart this morning talking about what's going on among America's youth. Cut number 15.
Young Americans are leading a Christian revival across the country. Bible sales increasing over 40% since 2022. Religion app downloads surging nearly 80%. That increase since 2019. And Christian music Spotify streams up 50% from 2019. Our next guest is helping fuel this movement, bringing faith into the mainstream. So let's bring in Christian artist and influencer Ann Wilson. Ann, so good to have you in the studio.
Thank you. It's
we
so good to be here.
Music.
Thank you so much.
What do you think about this? This is awesome. This revival.
Amazing. It really is. It's such a cool thing to witness, honestly, being in the heart of Gen Z as a 23-year-old and seeing my generation come to know Jesus like in a way they never have before is such an encouraging thing to see.
Great. And you've just been honored at the Kennedy Center for being able to find that crossroads between Christian music and mainstream.
Yeah, it's an honor. I mean, truly, I've always loved Christian music and country music. I was raised on both, but my faith is the biggest and most important thing in my life. And so to be able to bring that into the mainstream world and to be honored for that is such a cool thing.
What are you hearing from your generation? Are a lot of people open about their faith? Because when we were growing up, remember our grandparents were like, two things we don't talk about. We don't talk about our faith. We don't talk about politics.
Yeah.
I feel like your generation, it's getting easier to talk about as generations move along.
Yeah, it feels like that. It feels like my generation is just, they're hungry for something real and something lasting to grab to. And so I think vulnerability has become a big thing in my generation. People just being honest about what they're going through, what they're facing in their life, the depression or anxiety they're walking through or their struggles. And I think people are just being so much more open about faith and the need that we have for it in our country.
Yes, you sing about it. Your song, My Jesus, is just beautiful. Y'all download that song. And Carry Me, I love that song as well.
You.
Tell us about your new album. It's called Stars, and it comes out soon, October 17th.
Yes, October 17th. I'm so excited. This is my third album. This record is so vulnerable and honest and real. There's songs on there that just really talk about what I've gone through in the last year of my life. My brother passed away in 2017, and through the loss of my brother, I've gotten to write so many songs about him and our relationship that we had together. And one of the new songs I wrote for him is called 23 on the record, and it's all about how I turned the age that my brother was when he passed away. And so it was like this tribute to him, and the record is just, it's full of like the faith-based, but then also the country sound, and I'm just so excited about it. I can't wait for it to come out. So.
I was thinking,
I'm very glad that there are people like Ann Wilson and shows like Fox and Friends that will spotlight this. It is a recurring theme in America that young people start moments of religious revival. They started the Jesus People back when I was in grade school, made the cover of Time magazine. Greg Laurie often talks about this. Chuck Smith got it started in Orange County, not far from where Generalissimo lives. In fact, Generalissimo used to go to Chuck Smith's church. Generalissimo, are you still going to Chuck Smith's church?
No, I actually go to Greg Laurie's church.
You go to Greg Laurie's. Okay. Well, I hope you're going to work the Harvest Crusade this year, did you?
We did work the Harvest Crusade. My wife and I did merch at the...
merch?
Yes, we did merch.
No wonder you've got all that Harvest stuff.
Yes, we have a lot
you
of
just walked
stuff.
off with it. You know, Sticky Fingers is not biblical.
You know, they offered us one free piece of merch for working it, and we decided not to. We didn't... Bad
I'm not
witness.
buying that, but I'm
Bad
very
witness.
glad to hear that.
For full shows live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.